Hi crafty friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I am back with yet another video or idea of pockets that you can make for your junk journals. So as you can see, I have been busy, and these are actually a really great kind of pocket to mass make. And yeah, so I don't really have a name for them, but I think I'll just call them, oops, like over the page double pocket or something, because so you open them like this. It's like a little booklet, and then they have two flaps, and then we have these pockets in here, so you can stick like little tags or ephemera or journaling cards in there. And let's see if I can find a page. You can just put these over, like put these around the page, and I use these, I think they're bowl clips. I don't know. Like I just use, you can use probably a paper clip or whatever you have, and I'll just stick them in here. And as you can see here, you can just tie some ribbon or lace or sari silk to it to embellish it, or if you like that. If not, you can just leave it like this, and it just looks nice. And then if you want to put something in there, you just take the clip off and you put it back around the page. So let's say you have a page that's pretty blank. Well, I probably don't have any in here. Let's say you have like a white page. This also just adds or acts like an embellishment until you take it out, and then you can write, you can fill this, and then you stick this back onto the page, and chips, and that's your little pocket. All right, so I have made two that I have fully decorated, and then because I had a bunch of papers laying around and book pages and scrapbook papers that I never use, I just went through my stash and grabbed a whole bunch of different papers to make these pockets. And what I like about this is that I can just pre-make a whole bunch of them, and then once I need pockets for a specific journal, I can decorate them with that theme or colors or whatever that matches that journal. So yeah, there's several different materials or kind of papers you can use to make these. So I used a bunch of, I have old sheet music. That works really well. Then I tried some Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. I wouldn't go much thicker than this because it's going to get bulky, or it can be difficult to fold. I used my bone folder to get really like a good crease in here, because otherwise it would not fold right. But I think this looks really nice. Then I also used Tim Holtz vellum, which I like because then you can actually see that there's something in the pocket. It's just a different texture. And then I had like a big book that had floral images, which is nice. And then I had a kids book page. So this is a really good way to use up big book pages. And this one just had really nice illustrations. Same with this one, same book. And then here's another Tim Holtz paper. And depending on how you cut the paper or what format the paper is, you get different shapes. So for example, this one is more like, this one is taller. This one was really big paper, and you can cut it down before you fold the pockets. Why is this not working? Okay, so you see the different sizes. Or this one was from an old calendar book that had just these big floral images that I like, but I never really knew where to use them. Sometimes I would take the page and fold in half and put in my signature. But this, I think, is really nice for a pocket. Let's see, more music sheets, or sheet music. And I even used a wax paper bag. I wanted just to see if it works, and you get a really crinkly bag, and I actually like it a lot. So if you're all about the crinkliness, I would try that. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make this. It's, I think, pretty easy, and I think it's fun to just mass make them and then have them in your stash for when you need pockets, or for when you like want to decorate pockets, or I don't know. All right, and a good way to use up big book pages. All right, so let's see. I have a paper or a page of my old Sears catalog, and that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah, 8, 9 by 11 or so. But I'm gonna trim this a little bit because I want a straight edge. Right here. And I use my sewing machine for the stitching. I guess you don't have to do that if you don't have a sewing machine. I just think it looks nicer, and I don't glue anything here. I only use the sewing machine. Well, I glued the embellishments on it, but the pockets themselves have no glue on them. All right, so let's just make one so I can show you. All right, so let's see. I try to make this side up, like right side up. So, because if you fold images over, these will be upside down on the inside and up here on the flap. But because this is the part that you see on the page, that's why I want this to be right side up. Same with, like, especially with book pages or sheet music, or let's see, here. I mean, this doesn't really matter because this is all over the place. All right, so let's see. If I want this to be the front, or the part that you see, then I am folding this up. And you fold this up depending on how tall you want your pocket to be. Let's say I'll just go up this tall or this high, and then up here this will be the flap. I don't fold it all the way to this edge, because then it makes it hard to stick stuff in there. So I'll just leave like maybe 1/2 inch or so and fold this down. And then we'll just fold it in half. And this is that's going to be what you see when you stick it on the pocket. I mean, on the page. All right, so we have this now. And let's see. Because if you leave the flap straight and you fold, you're gonna get like some bulk in here. That's why I always cut this at an angle. So what I do to get it look nice, I unfold it again and I go this way. So I have the two flaps together, and then I'll take my scissors. Let's see, I'm gonna do the big scissors. So you see, here's my fold, and I'll just cut the slight angle from here to the corner of this fold. So now we have this. And now when you fold this and close it, you won't have like a weird like bulge in here. So, and then I do the same thing on the outside, because I want it to look nice. And I just eyeball it. Chips. There you go. So that was easy, right? All right, and then I like round corners, but because now I cut this at an angle, I cannot use my corner rounder, because the corner rounder only does perfect corners when you have like a 90-degree angle, which I don't. So I have actually a little 1-inch circle that I had punched out and laying around, and I just line this up, and I just, well, actually you can do this way, so we have the same. I line this up on the corner. It's really hard to see because it's like light color on light color. But you can either trace it, or I'm just holding it and then I'm just going to cut around it. It's never perfect, but at least it's a rounded corner. Okay, if I can try not to cut my template here. Oops. Good enough, see? And then I do the same thing here. Oops. Oh, my scissors need cleaning because they're all gluey and all the paper sticks to them now. All right. And that's our flap. All right, and then if you want to, you can punch like these thumb holes in here, and I'm just using the 1-inch punch that it's a 1-inch, yep, that I had used for that circle. And then I'll just go in like maybe 1/3, and you want to make sure that you're centered between the fold and the edge, and then you just punch. And that's all there is to the folding and cutting. So now, because I like distressed edges or inked edges, I'll just ink the whole thing. And then, so you can actually see it better, I guess. It's a lot of inking, because you have lots of edges here. But you can do it like assembly line style. Like how I did all these. I first folded them all, and then I cut them all, and then I inked them all, and then I sewed them all. So it's, I don't know, it's very relaxing, especially if you're watching a video or like other craft videos, or I don't know, maybe watch TV. I don't watch TV down here. And then I'll just leave them blank until I need them, and then I decorate them. Here you don't have to go down all this way because you won't see it. I'll just go to here. Our 198 line. Wow, that's cheap shoes. Oops. And all of this inking is optional, obviously. If you're not an edge inker, you don't have to do that. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, we need, nope. Need this one. I don't recommend paper that's too thin because it might rip like when you sew. I also don't recommend super old brittle paper because depending on how you fold it, it can actually tear. I mean, the sewing will keep it together, hold it together. However, sometimes when you have a really short stitch, it acts more like a perforation, and then you can actually tear it, which is not good. Okay, oh, I didn't do anything over here. So yeah, I would not do super old paper, or if it's like really brittle. Yesterday morning, I went to 3 yard sales on my way home from my grocery shopping, and I didn't find one thing. They had nothing that I could have like used for my journals. So, but this morning I'm going to an estate sale, and fingers crossed, they have some old stuff. Oops, I still forgot some. But I've been really good, and I've been using up a lot of my stuff. So, alrighty. So now I shall get my sewing machine up here so I can show you how I sew these. It's super easy. Okay, let me just make some room, and I'll get my sewing machine. Okay, so the first one that I made, I think, was this one, and I had sewn it like this, like the inside, But then you know the back side of the, oops, I'm not even on the camera. The back side doesn't look so nice. And since this is the outside of like the part that you see first in the journal, I don't like this. This is a nicer stitch on the inside. So that's why now I sew it like this. So the outside. So on the outside you have the nice stitching, and then on the inside you get the back side of the stitching, but I think that's okay. All right, so what I do, I just sew here, 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 and it helps that when I that I have inked the edges, because I can line up my stitching with that. And then we just do the other side, and yeah, so let's do that. And I've made my stitch a little longer than the default setting, because I don't want it to be too short and then like perforate the page too much. All right, let's see if I can do this without getting my head in the way. And then we just turn it. And turn it. And one more. Oops. So now we have the nice stitching on the outside, and then here you have the inside, and then you still have your pocket. Now let's do this one quickly, and then I can show you the whole thing. Okay. Okie dokie, let's move this thing out of the way. Ugh. Let's see if I can get you guys back up. Sorry if I make you motion sick. Alright, so oh, I did not ink this. Hold on. Gotta ink this. Okay, and here's our pocket. And then after I sew it, I just like crease it again or fold it again, because the stitching sometimes just adds a little bulk, but it works perfectly fine. So now I can, or I could embellish it, and then I can just stick this into my journal. If I can find my clip again. Here. Let's see. Where's my page? Let's just stick it on this page just as an example. Ta-da! There you go. And you could put, like, depending on what image you have on here, you could put writing paper on here so you can still journal on this. Let's see, do I have that in here? So I put some little bit of coffee dyed paper here so you can journal on it. Same here, we have like labels and things. Yeah, so here you can still write on it if you wanted to. You don't have to. All right, so yeah, that's what one of the things I've been working on lately. And I'm sure this has been done before. It's just my take on it. And I love making these, because I like flaps and tabs and things and pockets. So Yay! And, oh, fat baby. That's funny. Infants, domestic kit, fat baby shoes. Okay. Yeah. So, let me know if you give these a try. And have fun crafting. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Have a crafty day. Bye. I forgot to mention one more thing. If you have paper that's a little brittle or old and you're worried about this tearing, what you can do is before you sew this, you can just put a strip of washi tape in here, and then you fold up your pockets and then you sew. And I think this will help to just reinforce the spine of this pocket, so it doesn't tear.